why Canada continues to invest in the implementation of the Vancouver Principles on peacekeeping and the prevention of the recruitment and use of child soldiers, including here at UNMISS. Canada continues to work with South Sudan as a host to a peacekeeping mission towards the endorsement of these Vancouver Principles. Before closing, I'd like to recognize 3 members of the South Sudanese Canadian diaspora who are using the power of hope to support reintegration of former child soldiers. 1, Emmanuel Judge. Those, many of you who know by name and have met and know his story. He found a renewed sense of purpose after the gun that he tried to use to take his own life as a child soldier malfunctioned. Today, he is a globally recognized recording artist, motivational speaker, and trauma healing advocate. Ben is a former child soldier who studied engineering in Toronto, Canada. After his education, he decided to come back and invest in his home country. Today, he provides livelihoods opportunities and mentoring for youth, including former child soldiers. Finally, I would like to recognize Adel Arol, an award-winning young filmmaker based in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Adel learned that his mother served as a former child soldier in Katiba Banat Battalion. To preserve this part of South Sudan's history and liberation struggle, Adel created a 6-part series that aired nationally in Canada, featuring interviews and film of her mother and other women's veterans and their struggle of liberation and independence of South Sudan. These are just 3 examples, 3 stories, and I know there are many more in this room and across this country and frankly across the world. But these stories are a testament to how people, even if they work in the arts, in education, in entrepreneurship, in peer support, whatever they renew themselves to be, whatever they commit to doing in the world, they can all be powerful ways and powerful sources of supporting reintegration of former child soldiers. As I close, I'd like to reiterate that Canada remains committed to supporting the children and armed conflict agenda in South Sudan, whether it's through people-to-people ties, continued advocacy, or investments in South Sudan's education, health, livelihoods, and peace-building sectors. I want to thank all of you for being partners of this movement, because it is not an option. It is a fundamental part of what South Sudan, the independent South Sudan, stands for and believes in. And now, as my distinguished UNICEF colleague said earlier, we are with you. We are in this together, and I wish you all every continued success. And I particularly salute your efforts. And I thank you for making the effort that you have, not just today. Today's a day where we make sure we commemorate these efforts and the plight of the past, but also looking to the future with hope. And with a knowledge that we are here together, working on this agenda, and I have absolute confidence that with people like us, working side by side, that we will overcome the concept of child soldiers, not just in South Sudan, but globally, and give children a chance to be able to do whatever they wish to build this country, to build their communities, to build their families, and ultimately to be responsible members of the global family and of the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Your word is giving us courage and making us strong on this journey for protecting the children. I move to our last guest speaker, who will close for us this. I would like to recognize 2 institutions. Delea Institute, founded by retired General Romeo Delea, who was the first commander during the genocide in Rwanda. We have Mary from Delea Institute. The country representative is supposed to be here, but he traveled on a mission. And if you see in this logo, here we reflected Delea Institute, Children, Peace and Security, Dalhousie University. And we have others, Canada, of course, here. US supposed to be with us, but wow. Yeah, you know, color sometimes confuse people. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I've been in touch with your colleagues. Some of them have gone to US for holidays. Then UK and Norway. Unfortunately, our invitation went late on Friday, and they would have also turned up. They would have joined us for this occasion. So thank you everyone. Now I move to a friend, a brother, a colleague, General Charles Macheng. General Charles Macheng, Major General Charles Macheng, has been with me during the liberation movement. He was a focal person for demobilization of child soldiers, as well as me in Eastern Equatoria. So he has, when we talk about release in 2001, it's the dictionary, because we have been together. And we have invited the co-chair from Joint Event Board, then delegated him. So Charles Macheng Kwal is Assistant Director General with Wildlife and is the member of Joint Defense Board for implementation of Revitalized Peace Agreement. So he is today our guest of honor. I know why I put him there aside. So he will be the one giving us the last remark. Then after that, we will walk out and have a group photo. Then we have our tea here, we have our water here. All of us have to take. Thank you. General Charles. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Brother Luku. You are really did it go in a very successful ways. And before I want to say what I want to say, I just want to recognize Brother Andrew Luku, as he put it, that we have been together for quite some time during the SPLA liberation struggle. Then by that time, he was not from that age. He was very legitimate guys and very hard-working guys. And I was also young by then. I was at the rank of First Lieutenant LT. Then we were being actually recruited from different zones in that we have to take a task of the mobilization of child soldiers. And we do the work that we have been doing during these days. We can give agreement from people that fight for science related to job. Then we actually departed to different institutions. Then I became also the state coordinator for media commission. We did also continue doing the task. Then from there I was commissioner to be the commissioner of one of the council units to save the land. Then I became the commissioner. Then I trained also to various institutions in the government of South Sudan. So as now, I want to recognize Ambassador of Canada to be here. I also recognize the colleague from UNICEF that is really clear support to the task of media, child protection, and also recognize Madam, the economists, and the whole colleagues representing from the Ministry of Interior, and the members of the UNICEF, the American representative, the other colleagues who are here. Then my brother chaplain, also is here, is actually a person who has been doing a lot of work in this task. So as Andrew explained to you that Major General Charles Macheng, I'm Assistant Director General for Conservation, Education and Wildlife, and also a member of the Joint Defense Board. But I would have not come myself. I got this invitation late yesterday. When I talked to Luku, then I was tasked by my co-chair, Lieutenant General Garangani, who is supposed to be here with us, but because of other engagement, he would have not been able to come. I'm really thankful with all the speech that he made. As the country, South Sudan is actually one of the countries that respect human rights. And it has been declared that a child landed from the age of 15 to 18 is supposed not to be in the army. And this is the work that we have been doing for quite long. Because of the crisis in 2013, most of the children recruited themselves to the various factors in the fight in the field. And now the revitalized agreement is signed again in 2018. And then the three parties, the SPLMI, the IG, the SOA, they also signed another the child protection law that child will not be recruited to the army. I think this respect is still there, that there's no child to be recruited to the army again. And this is the work of the government. I believe South Sudan